Alright, Ohana for game 2. So Xanathar's proxy hatch didn't work out for him in the last game. So I'd be surprised if we see anything like that in this game. But you never know. Maybe the double bluff, maybe the last thing they're going to expect is for me to go proxy hatch again. Scallywag walling off, pretty much normal stuff. Pretty early gas coming down, but for Protoss that's kind of normal. Protoss tends to need gas early. With Zerg you can get away with only mining 100 gas and getting Ling speed up, and you can stay on Lings for a while, certainly until you've got like 3 bases up. And as Terran, of course, depending on what your plan is for your build, you can make Marines as Terran without any gas whatsoever. So gas not generally urgent unless you're rushing to maybe a Banshee or something like that. Who knows? But Protoss, early game, slow zealots are rubbish. So they do need gas pretty early. They generally do. That's just how it is. So Overlord's having a good old look, and this Overlord has been right the way through the base. Still only at the 2.5 minute mark or whatever the Overlord came through. So don't really see anything interesting. This one sees the timing on the expo. So Xanathar should know that there's nothing freaky coming out of the Protoss. That it's just a straight up build. It would be nice to get a scout on this Stargate so that you know that is there. But the Overlords are actually moving out of the way. I think the Overlord would have been fine back here. Nothing can reach it. But anyway, it's going to be an Oracle coming out of the Stargate. And that's alright. Oracles can get a reasonable amount done. They're typically less effective against Zerg because you're on a timer against the Queen. You don't really want to fight the Queen. You want to kill the workers. Now, quite a few Lings coming in. However, speed isn't finished yet. And without speed, the Zealots will tread pretty well. Oh, the Oracle is just going to gun these Lings down super fast. So the Lings clean up the couple of Zealots and they clean up a Stalker. But, slow Zealots might not be great, but neither are slow Lings. It's all about that speed, isn't it? I feel like Xanathar really should have waited for Ling speed before that push. Because right now he would have had twice the number of Lings and they would have speed by the time they get there. And then you could absolutely crush this. You'll clean up the Stalkers in roughly no time. And you can break off half of the Lings and send them in here while the other half are in here. And then the Oracle cannot be in 2 places at once while you rally the next wave of Lings across the map to arrive after the Oracle's run out of energy. The one thing, however, that little nudge with the early Lings did do is kept this Oracle at home. If the Oracle's here, it isn't in your mineral line killing workers. Now, speaking of workers, none in production for Xanathar, despite the fact that there are idle larvae in both of these bases. So that's a bit painful. Not much point having 3 bases if you don't have mining. Meanwhile, Scallywag's got more than enough workers and really does need to drop a 3rd. Right, so the Lings come in. They're going to decimate these Stalkers for sure, and they're going to cut down a lot of these workers as well. Look how quickly they carve through those. I mean, I know I'm watching on ×2 speed, but you do need to run because the Void Rays are going to clean you up. I'd be happy with the damage done here. You're never going to get the Nexus with the Void Rays above you. Probably would have been worth running into the main and seeing how many workers you could kill there as well. Now, I am surprised Scallywag's keeping these at home. If you've just had a load of Speedlings in your base, what is there going to be in your opponent's men that can shoot up? And the short answer here is 2 Queens. Well, they're not even together, so it would be pretty straightforward to come in and kill them. There's no detection here, but there is a lair. So the DTs... there's no Overseer even in production now. In Xanathar, you need to start an Overseer immediately. As soon as you hear the swish, as soon as you notice that there's DTs, you have to start that detection. If you don't, you're going to lose a huge amount. And still Still no Overseer being made. So, you know, these DTs are going to get everything. Yeah, you're dropping spores, but DTs can kill those. An Overseer, literally, grab an Overlord, turn it into an Overseer, do it immediately. He's not doing it, is he? He's not. Oh, finally, 3 Overseers are going to be warped in. But look how much he's lost. He's lost tech. Yeah, he's lost the natural. Oh, surely, no. Oh, Ben. That is horrible. So, finally the DTs get cleaned up. But my goodness, that was not pretty, not by a long chalk. So the Oracle is going to come in. I don't really see what it's going to get done. There's even a Corruptor here to chase that away. Surely this Oracle doesn't get any kills. No. Okay. Yeah, the Corruptor should be able to clean up the Void Rays but actually no, 2 Voids is going to sort that out. It would have been nice if the Queen had to come to help, I suppose, but it didn't. Anyway, no more Corruptors are going to be made because there's no Spire, there's no spawning pool, there's no Roach Warren. So Xanathar has no, like, why isn't there a spawning pool? You know what I mean? Like, you've rebuilt the hatchery, like, you know, spawning pool, like what? Spawning pools build quicker than a hatchery. Like, why are we still waiting for a spawning pool? Surely, you know, the moment you lose your spawning pool is the moment you start the new one. In fact, ideally, the moment you realize you're going to lose your spawning pool is the moment you start another one. But that isn't what happened, and this one Void Ray, I think, with 31 kills, come on, is just going to win the game here. Scallywag's got stuff at home he hasn't even bought. Like, this literally on its own, this Void Ray is just going to win. The DTs are going to come in, but they're going to get cleaned up. There's loads of lings here. There's mobile detection. Yeah, but there's nothing to take on the Void Ray. Yet, 6 Corruptors in production can kill a Void Ray. I feel like Scallywag mustn't know about this base, but you'd think you could guess it. You know, has he? And he hasn't actually checked this location either. His vision doesn't reach that far. So you'd think Scallywag surely must realise there's got to be a third base here. No. I don't know why only 3 Corruptors have turned up and not all 6. Because I'm sure he was. Oh no. Yeah, he does. He's got 6. You know, ideally, turn up mob-handed. And take much less damage. Anyway, the DTs aren't going to allow that to happen, so just come and kill them. Look, you've got the detector. What am I saying? What's the point in sending the detection on its own? Send like the stuff to kill it as well. Kill these fools. Kill the invisible man. Right, Scallywag is coming, and actually, I don't think this is enough. Like, lings trade really well against stalkers. Corruptors. Turns out it is. The Corruptors obviously take care of the Void Rays instantly, but they don't shoot things on the ground, so there needs to be more lings in production. There isn't at present. Are there idle larvae? I suspect there are 7 idle larvae. And so, yeah, don't loot. No, just fly them away. Hi, what? Oh, painful. Anyway, yeah. Alright, so the Stalkers have killed most of the Corruptors. The Lings aren't bothering to attack them. Why are the Corruptors here? What are they do? No, like, stop it. Stop it. Come on. Don't lose Corruptors to, like, just fly away. Stalkers can't fly. Just fly off. Just be like, no, I'm not going to stand here and get shot in the face. I'm going to fly away. I don't really know what's happening. Scallywag surely has enough to just end this game. I don't really... He keeps build. You know your opponent can only build lings and corruptors. So I'm not really sure why you're building Stalker Immortal against that. Charge lots would be better, or Archons, DTs and Archons would be perfect. You know, because Archons against lings is just absolutely ugly. Whereas Immortals and Stalkers actually aren't particularly good against lings. They're better against armoured stuff, but it just doesn't matter. Scallywag's just got a ridiculous army. The supplies are totally imbalanced. It's Scallywag that takes it to GG.